So Robinson last week,
The eye opener of the state.
no doubt,
Yeah.
the Rockets exploded into the state rankings. They moved to number seven in 4AD2 after last week's very impressive win over number two, Glen Rose. District play for 12-4A will not begin until October 11th. They all have games this week, and then I think they'll take next week off prior to district starting. But the question is this: have the Rockets, the state ranked Rockets, become the favorite in a district that also includes China Spring, La Vega, Connally, Gatesville, Lorena? What do you,
What's the guy? Who's the guy on the old guy on game day?
Lee Corso?
Corso.
Not
Lee
so
Corso,
fast, my friend.
my friend.
Yeah.
I like what Robinson has done so far this year. I've seen La Vega twice, and let me tell you, all these teams in this district have had their challenges in non-district. They played some good teams, but when you look at the lineup, I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen a non-district schedule of the caliber that La Vega has played, especially as it looks on paper to start out the year, because.
I think China Spring had one or two seasons ago where they
There
were
was, yeah, there was
similar.
just,
But go
yeah,
on.
yeah. But Kennedale to open with, then Salina, West Orange Start, Brownwood, and Stephenville. Now, I think West Orange Start maybe ended up being better than they looked on paper to start the year, and Brownwood didn't look too good when I saw him the other night. And La Vega got a little bit of feel good back by rolling over them. But from what I've seen, watching the China Spring University game, watching La Vega a couple of times, La Vega is the top dog going into district play.
And that's how we picked it going into the
Mm-hmm.
season.
Mm-hmm.
DJ, you got a chance to talk to Coach Lancaster and go out to Robinson. I mean, what do you think?
I definitely think the Rockets are gonna be up there. Like I feel like they're gonna challenge some of these other teams. It's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna say it's not because um Chad said, La Vegas probably challenged themselves more than the other teams in this district with, some of their non-district games. Um but I mean, so has everybody else in one way or another, right? Like Connally, Lorena, Gatesville, Robinson. Uh, they have had some really tough games. I mean, the Alvarado game for Robinson was the one that Coach Lancaster kind of pointed to as if they don't lose that game, if they don't play a team of that caliber, then they don't beat Glen Rose,
Yeah,
right?
Mm-hmm.
They
I
don't
thought
learn
that
from
was an
that.
interesting quote that you had from him.
Yeah. I think Robinson's gonna surprise some people once they get into district play. Um, I feel like they could. I feel if I'm looking at the teams right now, it's gonna be La Vega, Robinson, China, and Connally. And Gatesville is gonna be right there on the edge. Um,
And
I
you're
could be
just
wrong.
and you're just not even mentioning the Lorena Leopards.
Look, I Lorena is Lorena, but I feel like they're just a little young in the places where you need some experience.
That's fair.
So, and it's not like they aren't doing good. I feel like they've turned it around from, their first couple of games. They could challenge some people in
They
a
could
sense.
use a Braylon Henry on their team. That would be pretty
They,
good.
yeah, like I said, like they're a little young and inexperienced in the places where you need veterans when you're playing this type of competition. So,
I do think La Vega remains the favorite, but uh, we picked in the preseason. I think we had in our trib, you know, overall staff predictions. We had, I think, La Vega and China, Conley and Lorena making the playoffs, with Gatesville and Robinson as the odd teams out. And
and Rockets have a chip on their shoulder,
I'm
because
sure
they
they
look
I'm
at
sure they took note of that. And um, I I don't think there's any easy outs in this district. Even Um, well, there's no even. I mean, there's no bad teams in this district. So they all made the playoffs last year, and clearly the Rockets are on their way up. So should be fun. Should be a lot of fun.